trademark registration site that you're going to be using. Um, it's my.uspto.gov /sign in. My.uspto.gov. All right. This is what it looks like right here. Um, you're going to create a new account, but I'm going to sign into my account to show you how to do this properly. All right. Just a second. All right, I'm in my account. You're going to hit file an application. Wait for it to load up. Maybe I didn't hit it. Oh, file an app and then hit file T's application, TEAS. Here it is. You read all of this. I'm not going to read it now, but this is the page. On this application, of course not. And then you're going to hit continue. And then you're going to put the owner of Mark. It's Barbara Akeem. See, it says here, last name, first name. There. Then you're going to go trust. And then go down here. You're going to select this jurisdiction. Stateless. Then you're going to put name, in proper form. Then I list myself as a native New Yorker, national, but not a citizen of the United States. There you go. It's pretty much how my paperwork reads. Then I'm going to put mailing address, my mailing address where I want things to go. Of course, I got to put the state there. Try to get you a mailing address, not your actual address. This is my postal address where all my business goes to. All right. Put your phone number there if you want to put it, but you don't have to put a number there. Email address, they require that. Boom. And this auto populated, so I'm going to take that out. So everything's in. And here, when it says non-U.S. entity, go down, hit stateless. That's the only way that's going to go through. All right, you don't, because it's saying U.S. entity. You're not a U.S. entity. You're just trying to make that distinction. It says enter mailing address. I thought I did. It populated here instead of here. It keeps populating up there. I don't want that there. Come on, y'all. See, okay. I'm gonna have to do it this way. So go here, copy it, paste it. There you go. And continue. So there's a warning. Following ones have been detected from you. You can ignore and continue. The text entered in owner general field is either improperly formatted, contains characters cannot display or print. So what's the characters they're talking about? Entered has been modified from Akeem Barber Native to Akeem Barber Native New York and National, but not a citizen of the United States. So they made some corrections. It looks like it's the same stuff. Native New York and National. to Hakeem Barber, native New Yorker, national analysis. Okay. All right. Continue. They didn't change anything. So into the mark here. The mark is, read this. Here's, make sure you read this. Before the USPTO can register your mark, exactly what the mark is must be clear. So you're going to write your mark, which is your proper name. That's my proper name. And then you preview the image, and that's how it's going to come up. Boom. Let me bring it into focus here. That's how it's going to come up. So you previewing it. Very simple. Check here to display the full list of additional statements from which you may make your selection. I'm not going to do that. Yo, what's up, everybody? Fix my hat here. How y'all doing? Sunday morning, October the 15th. Happy Sunday, Corinne. Shoot, half the month is gone. Approximately 15, 16 days to November the 1st. It just seems like, to me, that I just was talking about, this was the first of the year, January 1. I was saying those things, right? And I've really been keeping count throughout the year. Every time I do a show, I say, hey, this is the date. Why do I do that? To remind you that you still got time. It's not too late. It's almost November, halfway to November, but it's not too late to get your goals in order, get your things in order. Actually, this is the time now. If you didn't follow through a lot this year, you didn't follow through at all this year, this is the time now to start planning and start implementing those things, like actually doing them now, so that by the time January 1 rolls around, you're in the habit. It's already a habit. It takes time to form habits. So if you wait to January 1, you're already too late. And that's why most people fail their goals throughout the year, because they say, I'm going to do it on January 1, having built up a momentum. Because it's like, if you start on January 1, it really won't gain traction until March, April, where it's really set in stone for you. Because in the beginning, it's that pull of your old habits, your old self trying to get you back into what you were more comfortable with, the things that you're used to doing. You see? So if you start now, by January 1, you well into it. So I strongly suggest, get on it now. Why? Because we put dates on it. Hey, January 1, February 15, October, this and that. But those are just labels that we put on it. It's really not October the 15th. It really isn't. And I'm not speaking of they changed the calendar. No. I'm speaking straight from a spiritual point. We only
because we live in such a physical world and we have to label things to identify things that we put names on it. But if you take the names away, it's just and nothing more, nothing less than right now. If you just take all of the mental programming to mental projections of what other people say today is the 15th to whatever, what time it is. If you strip it all down to what it really is, it's just this moment. We're constant in a perpetual, infinite motion of nowness. That's it. That's all it ever is. All you have, really, when you strip it up, all you have is now. There's nothing else. You don't have tomorrow. You don't have yesterday. You can never get to, do you realize you can never get to tomorrow? Tomorrow never gets here. That's just a mental construction. Is it daylight now? Over here it's daylight, somewhere else is night. Because it's night over there, they're sleeping, resting up. It's day over here, it's morning now. I just got up a few hours ago. But really, although it's night over there and it's daylight over here, it's still right now for them just as much as they're just doing something different right now than I am and than what you're doing. See, God made it so simple for us. We made it complicated. We put all of these, God said have dominion over things, all things, and we created dominion over things that don't really need dominion over. If we just constantly, mentally, and went into a spiritual space of, hey, I'm just going to appreciate right now this moment that I'm in. And when I decide to get up out of this chair, go do something else, and I'm going to appreciate those moments. But guess what do? We go to things. Sometimes some of you who are listening right now are thinking about what you're going to cook when you get off this or what you're going to do later, instead of totally focusing on this conversation. See? We are constantly mentally traveling in time. We're traveling mentally to a place where you're not physically. Trying to imagine what tomorrow is going to be and remembering what yesterday was. Never really appreciating and fully taking in what is happening in this moment. And what's happening in this moment? Do you realize how great you have it, how good things are for you? Are you realizing that? No matter what happened in the past week, what may happen tomorrow, are you thankful for where you are right now? I know the bank account might be in negative. I don't know. But are you still thankful through that? That you know that's temporary. That negative balance on your bank account is temporary. It doesn't define you. It's just a simple mishap of finances. But Akeem, I'm about to get evicted and they got all these late notices. I know. It seems like you can't overcome that. But the place to overcome it is right now. You say, I've overcome this. Those issues are done with. They're dealt with, and they're going to be dealt in your favor. Why is it going to work in your favor? Because simply you believe and know that it's going to work out in your favor. You just got to repent of your ways and realize whatever decisions you made up into that point where it got that bad, you're responsible for that. And once you repent and lay your burdens on the altar and leave it there and say, hey, I rebuke this poverty lifestyle, these negative bank balance, and I see my bank balance in a plus 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. Whatever you desire. Start imagining that. Christ said, if you could be like these children, then you can enter the kingdom of heaven. What do children do? What is one of the things they do? They like to play pretend a lot. They already know, having their vision, what they want to be. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a police. My daughter wanted to be a biologist or a zoologist, something to do with animals. She wanted that. She could see that clearly, and that's all she talked about. She loved animals. She loved this. She had this little stuffed dolphin that she kept around. And she could have been that, but what? She don't talk about it now, but what happened? What happened to that vision she had of herself, of what she wanted to be? What happened to that vision? It was destroyed by public education and my misguided information and telling her what to think and how to see things at the time. See, we ruin our children. They already know. See, they did a study about genius in children. You can look this up. Look it up. They did a study about what makes children geniuses. And the study, what they were looking for, they found something totally different. They found that children are on a genius level from ages 0. Well, from the time they calculate, maybe from 1 to 7. Over 90% of the children had genius traits, genius potential up until age 7. And they studied those same children after they entered the public school and stuff like that, and their genius level went down to 20%. See what happened? We destroy our children by the stuff we expose them to. And once we come to the realization that's what we are doing. Because how can a kid at such a young age define themselves? This is what I want. They can see it. They can envision it. And then the path changes. Why? Because the exposure of information has changed. See, while they will imagine that, we just let them flow in those thoughts. We let them be. And then we got to a point, hey, you got to grow up and you got to make some adult decisions. You got to be, what we should be saying, what we're really saying to our children, you got to make adult decisions. We're saying you got to make dumb decisions, stupid decisions. Because if you think about where we are and I'm speaking for myself, and all the decisions I thought were adult decisions, they were dumb. It was stupid. Why? I bought into the idea that I had to work for people to be looked at as a successful man in the society. And that's far from the truth. No, what makes me a successful man is that I set myself up with the knowledge that I need to create a living environment that that my children flourish in, financially, spiritually, physically, for generations to come. That's success. Can we really say that that's what we've done for ourselves and our children? No, most of us can't say that. We set it up where we can just get by on a daily basis. See, I allowed societal norms to dumb me down. And then I took those societal norms and dumbed my children down. See, you have to get to the point where you realize where the problem is. The problem ain't the system and what they have to offer. The problem is us taking what the system has to offer and running with it like it's the truth. That's the problem. These things do not work without our participation at all. We participate. We believe in it. We say it's the right thing because we saw a commercial and said, take this and maybe you'll be all right. Take this little pill and fix this problem. But guess what? it's a potential for you to have 20 more problems. And we'll sit there and take that. That is dumb. That's stupid. Well, I risk one problem for 20 more. Gambling with my life. I know some of y'all hear me. Once I decided to realize that I have to take charge of everything. I have to take charge of my own education. I have to take charge of my finances. I have to take charge of my spirituality and really understand and know them for what the truth really is. My life got drastically better when I took ownership of all of those things instead of farming them out or subcontracting my belief systems out to entities that's telling me what I need to do. See, we got to stop subcontracting our life out. Stop subcontracting our minds and our thoughts out to people to control and give us what to believe and see and do for ourselves. This is why at an older age it's such a hard thing to get out of the rut of all of this bad programming. You have to really work at it. But when the kids are kids, they don't have to put in that much work. Look at them. The work comes because they get into an environment. You got to take all these tests to see if you smart. And these tests are nothing but silly tests of information that they will never use again in their life. How many people know the math that they took, trigonometry, geometry, all that? How many people remember all that? Y'all ain't got time to even think about it because you're too busy working to make a living. And then your kid come home with this math that looks like a foreign language to you. It is a foreign language to you because you forgot it. And the way they teach it now, and they purposely teach it differently every year or every so often so that the parents cannot teach them. And the only source of education that the child can go to is that system. Do y'all realize that the education system has created it in such a way that you have to be a part of the education titty? That you got to keep going to them, sucking on them for information. I'm using plain language here, layman's terms, so that you can get the visual of what we actually doing. We actually feeding ourselves poison every day, not only through the food, but through the information. It's poison. If you're not really studying, getting to know what the real truth is out there, you are poisoning your mind with bad information. Oh, you can look out there, 80, 90% of people think what they're doing is right. It's normal. To get to 75 and just living off what they took out of your check or what you allowed them to take out of your check. A small fraction of it. Is that the life you want to end up with? That you're working for 30 years, 25, 30 years, waiting to have your freedom because you have allowed yourself to be in the prison trap of jobs? See, when you really look at it, this is a prison a prison system on all different levels. You got prison, actual prisons they put people in. Then you have actual financial prisons that they put people in. They got education prisons they put it because they're all in boxes with certain information, certain rules that you got to follow. If you don't follow rules, there's a penalty for it. That's prison. God didn't make you for that. God made you to be a free being, to have dominion over all things, not someone to have dominion over you. and your thoughts. And the one thing that they have dominion over is your thoughts. And that's where it's important that you have to take control. I have dogs. I have dominion over the dogs. I can tell them to sit and stay at this point. And for, the short attention span that they have, they'll sit there and stay there until I call them. There's no bars around them. They could get up and move whenever they want. But because they look to me as a master, or in dogs' minds as an alpha, they look to me for leadership. Do you think God made us like that? To have someone having dominion over us like that? Controlling our thoughts and what we're supposed to have and what we can't have, what we eat and we don't eat. They tell you, you can't, in certain municipalities, you can't even collect rainwater. It's illegal. Something that's falling that you can't help, it's falling out of the sky. You just stick a bucket, collect it. That's illegal. In certain municipalities, if I want to dig a well, I can only use it to water my grass. I can't use it as drinking water. But yet, what doesn't make sense, you got places where they don't have water pipes running to these areas. So how are they getting water? They're getting it out of the ground. So why in the municipalities they tell you can't get water out of there? It's only for one reason. Because they want you to buy it from them. That's called a monopoly. That's called mafia tactics. Isn't that what I'm going to come in here and provide you protection and you're going to pay me for it, but you can't say I don't want your protection. You got to have this. If you don't have running water and something that's about coming from them, they condemn the home. Do y'all get it? Are y'all seeing what's going on? Yeah, this is Sunday inspiration. Today is inspiration to get you to open your eyes and see what's happening. I distill water and I see the poisons coming out of that water. If you just take and distill your water and you get to see what you could be drinking, you would not want to be even cooking with tap water in some of these places. And when the big C happened back in 2020, don't want to say the name, I want to call the devil out. When I distilled water, it used to be like a powdery substance in the bottom. Then when COVID went, I said the big C. Oh, there we go. Hit. The water was brown and nasty looking. It wasn't like a powdery sub residue left. It was like a brown and sewage looking. So explain that to me. Explain how I was distilling water for a long time. And then when that hit, the way it looked disgusting. So what was I actually distilling out of the water? That it looks brown and nasty. To the color like coffee. Like a coffee look, just to give you a description. What happened? What were they doing with the water? Huh? What was going on? And then every time they had the thing where numbers were spiking, the water would look just like that. I'm gonna let you draw your own conclusions on that. Now, this is stuff I saw with my own eyes, my own experience. We have to start taking charge of everything, taking dominion. That's the counter. That's the remedy. Learn your environment. Too many things we've left up to chance. One of the biggest things we left up to chance is our own spirituality. We let the churches, the different religions, telling us what God is and how he is. I've said it over and over. God is an individual relationship, a personal relationship. So you have to understand that for yourself. I cannot define your God for you. You must define your God. Yeah, you can, like I said I think last week, you can go to the same church with someone for years, but y'all both have a different concept of God. And as you can see the results of it, because their life turns out differently than yours. Look at church. Some people got money, some people don't. Some people are living peacefully and some people are not. Why? Because they all have different concepts of God. That's where it starts. They have a different concept of spirituality. God is not worshipped on what do you say? Through someone else. God is worshipped through you and your divine connection. I have this body, right? And I have cells in there, but there's cells that do different things. The cells that created my arms were different than the cells that created my fingers, so that they can look this way, so they can look different. You have a unique relationship with God, and you will worship God differently than me because you have a unique experience and a unique commission on your life than I have. Do you know what that is? And if you don't know, I recommend right now, start to try to figure that out. And how do you figure that out? You ask God for the truth. You go and you say, I want the truth, and show me what the truth. And that's when it'll come. You want to see the truth about your life. Who are you? What am I? What am I doing here? You are not the job. That's not your commission to be someone else's worker. That's not your commission. That's what you chose to do in order to survive under these current conditions in this system and how it runs. That's your choice. But that's not what you were designated or designed to do. To be a biological robot for the system or a battery. You were in charge to give power, not be someone else's, to give power to spiritual beings, not give power to an artificial being. Yeah, we are here designed to give charge to something, but it's not to this artificial system. This is why they gave you, they realize you have been downloaded into a spiritual body, your consciousness, your spirituality into a spiritual body. And because this outside mechanism, a biological mechanism, has to see and navigate the environment, they built a whole physical system right in front of you so you could think, that's it. That's what I need to be doing. It's like being in a desert looking for fresh water and you see this mirage and it's not really it's not the thing you need to refresh you. The only reason, think about a mirage, right? You see a mirage and you're struggling to get there, and the only thing keeping you going is the idea that you're going to get there. And so you keep tugging along, and then you finally get there and it ain't what you thought it was. This is the system. You're in a mirage of what's right and wrong. You're in a mirage of what success is. And you keep chugging along, trying to get for it and get there. And then once you get there, you realize that's not it. And what day is that when you get there and come to realize that that's it? Most people are entering that day all the time. That's called passing away, dying, going home. But see, you can get to the kingdom of heaven now. You don't have to keep chugging along. All you have to decide to say, that's not it, and this is it. And then your whole world transforms right in front of you. Because you know what because you realize you already in the kingdom of heaven. You already have it. See, y'all were looking for the buffet, and the buffet was sitting in front of you all the time for you to pick and choose and what you want to do. It was there the whole time. Prodigal sons and daughters. Y'all went out there to the system. That's what that story is. The son, he goes out there to the system. He get caught up in all kind of stuff that he thought he would find pleasure in and happiness in. And then he realized he was worse off than his own father's servants. And see, that's what was happening now. We realized we're worse off. We went after all of these things they said we're supposed to go after. You remember the man, he said, give up your treasures and follow me. Give it all up and follow me. That's how you get into the kingdom. And he got confused. He thought Christ said, give up all of that money. No, Christ didn't say. That's not what he was saying. See, the preachers would make you think that, but no, it's not what he was saying. He was supposed to give up the idea that treasure, that how he got that treasure was the kingdom of heaven. What was going to get him there? No. Because that treasure he got there, when he attached to the spiritual kingdom, he had way more than that. He realized those little physical things, they come and go. Money comes and goes. It circulates. You have it here and it's gone over there. How much money is circulated in your hand throughout your life? So that means you were never meant to keep the money. It's supposed to come here and go there. Come here and go there. In a spiritual, positive way. A lot of us get it and we buy things and put it in things that we can never get a return on. The money is supposed to come to you and leave you and come back multiplied. That's how come you got the Bill Gates and all of these billionaires, because they constantly circulating millions of dollars, and their intention is, once this million leaves me, it comes back to me 10 million. See that mind shift? Once this money leaves me, it's coming back tenfold. Do y'all starting to get it now? That's once you understand that, you are in the kingdom of heaven. Whatever good deeds you put out there to someone, it will return to you tenfold. And on the flip side, or the devil's side, any bad deeds you put out there is going to come back to you tenfold. Some of y'all, the reason why you're having a negative bank account and the other problems you're having right now, because you put something out there that's coming back. Chickens coming, what they say, they coming home to roost. It's time to pay the piper. All I can say, if you're in that, hey, fess up, own it, take responsibility, accountability, and then realize, hey, I don't want that no more. I'm going to do something different so I can get good fruit back. Look at how the world is, how God made this world so perfect. I could take just one seed of a fruit, plant it, and I can get multiple fruits from that one seed. All you need is one seed. One good seed. So if God made the trees and all of that like that, why didn't he make you like that? He did. We've been doing it all the time. One man, one woman get together and boom, children come. But that's not all he did. One millionaire idea, one idea turns into multiple millions. All you need is one. And how do you make that one multiply? You be consistent with it. Just like when You're having children. You don't. When you have children and you having working on having children, it don't all the time take one time to get. It takes one time to get pregnant for a woman to get pregnant, but it takes multiple times before that happens. Consistency, consistently. Having physical relations brings about consistent. Everything is about consistency. I will take consistency over talent any day, because I know people with talent, but they're not consistent. Give me consistency and you'll see success. And y'all are getting success in all that you do. But wait a minute, I keep my bank account low. I ain't making the money. No, because you've been consistently working towards that bad outcome. There was consistency there. Think about it. Consistently watching TV, consistency doing everything but working on what you're supposed to work on. It's always consistency is the key to all good things happen to you. And it's also the key to all bad things happening to you. What are you working on? What are you constantly doing? What constant negative behaviors that you have? Only you can answer this. I can't. Oh, thanks, Corinne. This is, I have been waiting for your show all week. Thank you. I apologized last week. Boy, it was one of those weeks. One of those weeks. Sometimes that's going to happen sometimes. So you're going to get things that go down and just happening back to back to back to back that just throw you off. And I realized the more I push this spirituality, the more challenges is coming my way. The more demons I gotta fight. And I'm not talking about any physical demons. I'm talking about the mental demons. Me. I'm talking about me. Fighting me. Working over my ways. They stay consistent. Yeah. You see? Who's out there? Happy Sunday, Corinne says. Big man Noah said, peace, everyone. Theoretically, God said, what's up? What's up? What's up? All praise y'all. Say greetings, family. All praise y'all. We have been bamboozled. Yes, correct. He said most of the things he learned in school are not practical. You're right. They're not. Most of that stuff. There was a time in school they used to do cooking classes, woodworking, electronics. Those are useful things. But ask me why they took them out of the schools. Because they wanted to create a socially dependent society through thinking that they programmed the jobs to only hire people with bachelor's degrees. So that forced people into the college education because the jobs, do y'all see the setup? The program, the scam. See, in the 90s, 80s, 90s, the era I grew up in, 70s, 80s, 90s, but mostly 80s and 90s, because 80s is when what show came out that people of color or what people are defining as black African American define it? The Cosby Show. You had Cliff Huxtable. Heathcliff Huxtable was a doctor, and his wife was a lawyer. And all they talk about was these different colleges. So everybody, we need to do this. And then the jobs jumped on board with their marketing campaign and saying, well, if you want to make this kind of money, you have to at least have a bachelor's degree. Anybody less than that, you're gonna get the entry level salary. See how the program, how they like cattle prodded you into these situations. Now not everybody. You coming out of impoverished communities couldn't afford college, so they created the student loan program, FAFSA, all of these things, Pell Grants, all this marketing. Pell Grants only cover but so much, and then kids were taking out loans when they didn't even need it and living off of it while they was in college, buying cars, doing all kinds. They knew what they were doing. See, now when you out there, think about this. When you out there now in the work as an adult after school age, you can't just get a loan like that. They want to look at everything. You got this mortgage, you got that. But then they give a kid who has not established any credit history, all the credit cards and loans for this education, knowing he's building up debt. No, they do that because there's a end game for them. I just created a socially independent, a dependent person that's going to suck on the government's titty for the rest of their life. And what is that titty? Student loans. Sucking money out of their paycheck monthly. Do y'all see? I'm breaking down the games for y'all. The psychological games they played on everybody. They gave you the TV program to get you, oh, I want to be like them. Because that's all they're talking about. This is going to make me better black African-American person in this country and I'll get accepted. That was the program. I loved the show. I liked the show. It was positive to me, and it was marketed as positive programming, and it was positive to a degree. But when you really look at the effects that it has in the long term, we're socially worse off now than we was before. Because at least back then we had families staying together. Now we have all these educated people with degrees and nobody's staying together. Divorced, educated people, divorced people, co-parenting, visitations and stuff like that. That wasn't that prevalent back then in our communities. So you got all of that education and student loans, but you got broken families now. And we are socially still pushing our children towards that outcome. In order to survive, to really make a living, you need to know a skill. You need to know something. And skills don't have to be making or fixing something. It could just be knowledge. The number one product out there that is always for sale is knowledge. What I know and you want to know, and I charge you for what I know. That's the money bag. That is the bag. And I just gave y'all the sauce. Like, I see people, man, I'm on a whole nother tangent now. I hope by the time I finish this show, you guys run and do whatever. I know so many people who make products. They make their own soap, they make their own deodorant, all of these things. And then they try to sell them, but they can't get traction. Why? Because they're competing against billion-dollar-a-year industries that's already selling those products that people are programmed that's where they need to go. So you, the small person trying to fulfill these orders, you drowning in a sea of competition. But I can tell you one thing you can do with that same idea. I'm not even going to say nothing just yet. I'm going to let y'all tell me. What can a person do if they have that knowledge to do that? How can they make a lot of money with that? Somebody tell me in the chat. I'm going to wait. I'm gonna wait. It's sad only 7-8 people on today, because I'm about to give y'all the game. A money maker. Somebody type it in the chat. That scenario I just laid out is just on soap. People making your own soap. You make your own soap. You want to sell it to people. What's a better way to make the money? Without all of the cost. Y'all gonna leave me hanging? I'm sorry, I didn't turn on my Telegram. I'm gonna tell it on now. So if you want to get on that and chime in, it's open now. If y'all need the link, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Oh, now I'm trying to put it in the chat. Here's a link to the Telegram if you want to talk to me. So somebody said, website and build social presence. Okay, that's a tool to get to the bag. This person said, sell other popular soaps affiliate marketing. Okay, that's a way to do it. You can do that. But I'm talking about specifically, I make my own, I'm making my own soap, but I'm having trouble selling it because I'm competing with all of these other people. But there's one thing I can do differently that will make me a lot of money. See, somebody got it. Somebody got it. Somebody got it. And Glenda Bay did. Teach them how to make it. That's it. That's the bag. Why sit there and put yourself through all the labor of making soap, bagging it up, shipping it out? You know, all that stuff costs time. And people, when you compete against Amazon and free shipping and all that, that's a lot of work. How about you just create a course and teach people how to make their own soap? And you can sell that video forever. Boom, 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 boom. Over. And you're sitting back just collecting the money. See, information is the money. Physically doing it is money, but not as much as the information, because I can sell the information to thousands of people. But you got to, there's a marketing component to that. Well, what makes your lessons better than the other? That's where your God-given talent will show. Look what I'm doing right now. I just taught y'all how to make money. A simple way of making money. Because people want to know. Think about it. And the marketing is there because now they're talking about how soap is poisoning the skin and stuff like that. Let me teach you something else real quick to help you, maybe those of you who are making soap. Let me teach you something else real quick. Do you know that when you sit in the sun, that's how you get your vitamin D, right? And this is why so many people are vitamin D deficient. You sit in the sun, you sweat. And because you're sweating, you immediately take a shower that you just washed off all of that vitamin D that you were making. It takes about 2 hours for the skin to absorb into that vitamin D to be absorbed into the skin because it's made on the outside. 2 hours. I just learned this the other day. 2 hours. So me going outside and sweating is great. And I should stay sweaty until it absorbs. But if you wash with soap, you wash it all off. If you have to take a shower, don't wash with soap. But I ain't gonna smell good. You know that's a programmed lie too. All you need is some hot warm water. Take a cloth and wash off and boom, 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 boom. You don't need all that soap. Well, like, I ain't gonna smell good. Okay, now you just put all these fragrances, chemicals on your skin. Yeah, you smell like the soap now, right? You can go get you some essential. You can make your own essential oils after the fact and rub it on you. Healthy stuff and give you that scent. You don't have to buy all of this junk out there. I like bread. So I'm about to go get me a bread maker and make my own bread because the bread's got all of these chemicals. It should only have 2-3 chemicals, maybe 4 in bread, but not chemicals, ingredients in it. They got all of that. But I love bread, so I'm gonna make my own bread. Give me a bread maker. I was thinking, how do I make bread? I could just buy the machine, put my ingredients in, and let the machine do it for me. See, information. All I needed was the information on how to do it. And then I can get creative and start making herbal breads and stuff and then teach people how to do that. People want information and they will pay for it. And somebody said, ask chat GPT. It says selling people the idea to sell their ideas. Right. That's how. See, the money is the end result of the ideas that you have. So the real currency is the ideas. That's what's really being sold. That's really what's being exchanged. Teach them how to make soap. See, she got it right away. She broke that down like, yeah, just teach them how to do it. Right. So y'all all got money. Some of y'all like, okay, let me go up here in the chat. Somebody said something and I gotta call out in a good way. They said when I was talking about school. I'm skipping over it. Where's his post? Okay, here it is on my head. This brother said, all praise Yah, said, took PC course. This has been useful since I was 15. I'm now 41. Now, with what he just said, there's millions of dollars in just that sentence. Because there's people that are not computer literate. He can create programs and start little videos and post those videos. Hey, this is how you do this. And charge the money. Hey, I'm give it away free at first. Hey, these are little snippets. Hey, I'm hosting a class Saturday. Y'all come on out and I'll show you how to do some basic programming. See, I just gave money away right there. Okay. Here's another one. Same brother. I taught myself automotive technician. It has benefited others and myself greatly. Currently taking carbon. See? He could turn those into mini lessons and sell that all day. He got money sitting there all day. The money is the end result of the idea. So the money, the real currency, is the idea. That's the money. Once you realize with what money is not the paper. That's the thing you exchange for things. It's a medium of exchange. That's what we call it. Money is just a simple medium of exchange. Money, currency, your real prosperity comes from what he just said right there. That's the bag. See, y'all looking at the bag and y'all see these little hundreds and tens and stuff and thinking that's the bag. No, the idea is the bag. And because the idea, you have it gives you the bag. See, that's just a simple mind shift. People are talking to me all day about stuff, just shit, and all I can see is the bag. I see because I'm looking at the idea. That's the bag. And then when I throw them the idea, say, you just said this is. They be like, oh. Then the first thing they say to me, oh, but they shoot it down. I told you my homeboy made this chocolate cake. I had that chocolate cake maybe almost a year ago, and I'm still tasting it now. It was so good. And he could teach people that and make money. He ain't got to make the cake. He just teach them how to make the cake. Matter of fact, when I get time, I'm gonna get off there and call him up and say, I need that cake in my life. Do y'all get it? Y'all get it? Like, here's another bag. I'm gonna show y'all another bag. Show y'all another bag. Now, I'm not no musician. I'm not musician level yet. I'm not musician level. But I can make money. People who are trying to learn and on the same level as me, just tell them the things I do, you know? That's the Godfather thing right there. I hit some Brad Keys there. See, I'm still learning. See, I could show them how they making mistakes. See? Consistency. I still got work to get better, but I'm way better than when I first started. You see? Consistency. So once you have the idea, like the brother I got up on the screen right now about the automotive, all you got to do is be consistent. First thing is be consistent that he's going to stay consistent and push himself when he don't want to do it. Because that's normal. I'm gonna tell y'all, it is normal to not want to do it or to find an excuse not to do it. That's normal. But you gotta be abnormal to make your good habits normal. Meaning you have to abnormally push yourself to get it done. To get out of that negative normal you've been used to. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Corinne says, change your mindset, change your reality. Absolutely. Make videos on it. See how when the idea come out, it spawns more ideas. It brings out more. When the creativity comes out, everybody starts doing. Then your mind open up and say, wow, I can do it. See, this is what it's for. This is called Sunday Inspiration for that reason. I got to put that up. Teach them how to make soap. So take that idea, teach them how to make soap. And soap is a figurative term right now for the sake of what I'm talking about. It's a figurative term for all of your ideas. Teach them how to make soap. Not the actual soap, but whatever idea it is. If it is soap, let it be. But I'm talking about anything you got, teach them how to do it. Make your presence known. Like I want somebody to teach me how to can and preserve food. I know I can go out there and get it. So I know some people right now that's in there, I know Glenda Bay is growing watermelons. By the way, that watermelon was off the chain. I switched out. I can't get watermelons like that used to. I switched out actual water and I would eat the watermelons all day and just drink that. That was my water. That was my hydration. And I did so much better with that than actually drinking water. You know? All right. This Saturday coming, I have a seminar. You can see it up on the screen over there. You can see it. Me and Al will be in Atlanta, 133 Carnegie Way, 9 to 5, teaching all of the things listed there. Student loan discharge, car loan discharge, mortgage discharge, all of those things and some. And guess what? The next week, I'm going to be in Champaign, Illinois. So I got 2 weekends in a row I'm working. Hope to see you at one of them. I got the details for the Champaign. I will put them up shortly. But Atlanta, come on out. Come see us. We got a lot in store for you. We got a lot of information to teach you. Somebody email me, show me proof, or I put it up on Facebook. Do you have proof, or how many bills you discharged in the last 6 months? When they asked me that question, I knew they didn't know what they were talking about. See, you have the internet so-called gurus trying to teach, and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't have no proof, nothing. I ignored them. I didn't answer that. I was about to. I was like, well, if I told him, he'd still be confused, and it'd be a whole long, drawn-out conversation. Let him keep watching. He may not be a customer. He's not a customer ready for me yet. He's not there yet. Oh yeah, I done hit the electric guitar too. I'm working on that too. Who knows? I might be in concert one day. Who knows? 100 years old, oldest musician, newest musician on the block. Just kidding. But anyway. Hey, I hope this program has been inspirational for you. If you had some ideas that you were working on, that you are willing to go work on them. And I thank all of you for your continued support. I really do. And as always, this stuff is not free. If you want to contribute, Akimel.com, Cash App, $ my email is all in the description. Because all this stuff costs money. This is not free. This money I circulate out comes back. Anyway, peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all. And enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see the premium members in the next 45 minutes online. It's out bi-weekly. And that video I saw if you didn't get on earlier, the video you saw was the trademark seminar video that's in the premium membership. I show you how to trademark that in Legis, that all caps. I show part of that video, but you get that as part of the membership. You get to watch that along with all the other stuff. Akimel.com for more information on membership. All right, peace, prosperity, extreme wealth to all.